beautiful.
Blessed Plateau, bless our Plateau. My green Plateau, the time is now. Beautiful Plateau, oh my Plateau. PRTV committed to you. Let us sing and dance and chant Plateau. PRTV committed to you. Our Plateau is green, our time is now. PRTV committed to you. Beautiful Plateau, my Plateau. PRTV committed to you.
Plateau State, a tourist delight, with a serene weather, a land of plenty, a destination of cultured people.
Blessed Plateau, bless our Plateau. My green Plateau, the time is now. Beautiful Plateau, oh my Plateau. PRTV committed to you.
Invest in the land that is green.
PRTV committed to you.
The time is now.
PRTV committed to you.
From the southern zone, central zone, up to the northern zone, Plateau is green. The time is now. PRTV, committed to you.
My name is Jembe Nzita and you're watching Newstrack coming to you live from our Refill studio. Good afternoon. Plateau State Governor Caleb Mutfwang says government will continue to encourage and support ethnic nationalities in the state to preserve their cultural heritage. Governor Mutfwang was speaking during this year's annual Kwala Kwagalak Tact Wapter Cultural Festival held at Science Primary School Kwala in Kwampan local government area. Our Shendam Zonal correspondent Alex Mangar has details as presented in our studio.
And that is linked up to the Jukun man. From the Jukun place, that is the east, then we now migrated to the Kopfiar on top of the hills. From there, the Dafiar and Nade were our people that gave birth to other Kwagalak people. Now from the hills, they now came down to the Kwala where we are now. And the tribe is the Kwagalak. On that note, your root is from the east. And as a Kwala man, you must at least identify your roots. Without the identity of your roots, you are nowhere. And it is from there the culture came up, which is the Wapter culture. And the Wapter culture, the word Wapter is not far-fetched. Now it's just, when you say Wap in Kwagalak, we know Wap is just it's worship, ritual rite. Then the third is all about the spring season. Then we now call it Wapter, means worship, ritual rite, spring prison. Now it was from there we are able to at least.
Mixed reactions yesterday trailed the federal government's approval of the new 2026 fiscal policy, which reduced import tariffs on drugs and pharmaceutical products, cars and rice, among others. While players in the pharmaceutical sector hailed government's new move, rice producers and those in the automobile sector regretted the move and said the policy would be inimical to their business. Recall that the federal government had, in a document dated April 1st, 2026, by the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edun, approved sweeping tariff adjustment across 127 product lines, including anti-malarial medicaments now peak at 20% as part of efforts to stimulate growth and ease the cost of critical import. While pharmacists said the policy could improve access to essential medicines, they insisted that weak regulation, counterfeit drugs, and poor support for local manufacturing remain major obstacles. The president of the Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria, PSN, Ayuba Tanko Ibrahim, described the tariff cut as a positive step, but cautioned that the gains will depend on complementary policy actions. He said the PSN appreciates and commends the commitment of the federal government in the ensuing scenario. The president said government must see a need for urgent intervention with a template akin to all-in-purpose special vehicle that can help fix fundamental issues pertaining to local manufacture and drug prices. He further highlighted the persistent challenge of fake and counterfeit medicines, especially because of the unending cycle of a preponderance of unregistered pharmaceutical premises. The Nigerian Army says troops recorded major operational gains, including the interception of suspected logistics supplies, foiling terrorist attacks, and rescuing kidnapped victims across theaters in the last 24 hours. An operational report made available to the news agency of Nigeria on Monday revealed that troops of Operation Hadinke intercepted a truck conveying large quantities of medical supplies suspected to be meant for terrorist elements in the northeast. The report said the interception occurred at a checkpoint in Nguru Yobe, where the driver initially presented a waybill for beverages and household items. According to the report, a detailed search revealed hundreds of cartons of drugs, including antibiotics, injections, bandages, and other medical items. The report said the driver and 3 occupants were apprehended, adding that the suspect later confessed the consignment was bound for the Republic of Chad through Gaydam. Similarly, troops of Operation Enduring Peace recovered weapons from suspects during stop-and-search operations in Plateau. They also arrested a suspected gun runner and rescued additional kidnapped victims in Bauchi following exploitation of earlier airstrikes. More than 200 children from Irigwe Chiefdom in Basal local government area are currently being trafficked across different parts of the country. Plateau State Acting Chairperson of the Gender and Equal Opportunities Commission, Olivia Dazem, made the revelation during the 2026 World Women Cultural Day, organized by the Women Wing of the Irigwe Development Association, held at LGEA Primary School, Chinye Miango. Our correspondent, Simon Swakia, was there, and his report is continued from our studio.
The 2026 World Women Cultural Day, organized by the Women Wing of the Irigwe Development Association, is themed The Ills of Human Trafficking and Sales of Children in Irigwe Land. The event drew traditional leaders, government officials, and community members concerned about the rising trend. Plateau State Acting Chairperson, Gender and Equal Opportunities Commission, Olivia Dazem, described Irigwe Chiefdom as one of the worst-hit crisis area in Plateau State and grappling with child trafficking. She said her presentation was timely given the distribution rate at which minors from the chiefdom are being moved out for exploitative purpose.
Human trafficking. Why are we the ones sending our children on behalf of His Excellency? This is a day that the Basa women will unite with the First Lady of the local government to say no to human trafficking. No person can come into your community and say, give me your children.
While commending Irigwe women as hardworking, Daziem cautioned them against allowing poverty to push families into surrendering their children to traffickers, stressing that short-term relief often ends in long-term trauma.
It can no longer be business as usual. Nobody can come and deceive us to give our children. Our children are our future. Our children, our culture. You cannot have Irigwe community. Even if you have Irigwe community in Lagos, that's not their land.
President of Irigwe Development Association Women's Wing, Mary Farr, said the Cultural Day was convened to confront the crisis head-on and chart a support plan for victims and at-risk households.
We have about 100 women that we have trained in different skill acquisition. If you can look back there, you will see most of the things that the women have been trained about. We have those that they have trained in tailoring, and soap making, beads, and bag making.
Wife of Bassa Local Government Chairman Dr. Miriam Riti and National President of the Irigwe Development Association, Reverend Daniel Gia, applauded the Gender and Equal Opportunities Commission for highlighting the effects and dangers of child trafficking. High point of the 2026 World Women's Cultural Day was free will donations towards the Empowerment Fund by the Irigwe Development Association Women's Wing.
Stakeholders of the All Progressive Congress in Gagdi Ward, Kanam local government, Ifrem Usman as their candidate for the Plateau Central senatorial seat ahead of the 2027 general elections. This came to light during a well-attended program at LEA Primary School, Gum, Gagdi. Details of the report is continued from our studio.
The endorsement of Ifrem Usman as the preferred APC candidate for the Plateau Central Zone drew a massive crowd of youth, elders and women and political leaders from across the world. Organizers of the endorsement said the gathering was both a show of political support and a public appreciation of Usman interventions in the community. Speakers at the event described the endorsement as a reflection of gratitude for Ifrem Usman's direct impact on local welfare. They recalled that he personally financed and completed the roofing of a long-abandoned Gagdi market and a project that had been stalled for years and hampered trading activities.
Why are we endorsing him? We want him to please represent us. We want him to represent us as the senator of the Plateau State Central Center. And what am I saying? We have seen what he has done, and we know that he is the only one that can be able to bring development.
According to the speakers, the market project was executed under the leadership of Kanam Local Government Council Chairman Salihu Musa, who also rehabilitated the Gagdi Primary Health Care Facility to a modernized health facility and is considered historic. Community leaders stressed that the endorsement goes beyond ward-level appreciation. By presenting Usman, they said the ward is offering a tested, compassionate leader who understands grassroots needs and has demonstrated capacity through completed projects. The atmosphere at LEA Primary School Gagdi Gum was celebratory, with residents trooping out in large numbers chanting songs of support and offering prayers for Usman's success.
And on the foreign scene, Iran has resumed rail services on key routes after repairing sections of track damage during the war with Israel and the United States, state media said on Monday. Authorities have in recent days begun reconstruction work on bridges, railway lines and other infrastructure hit during nearly 40 days of fighting. A fragile ceasefire has been in place since Wednesday, and Iran's northwestern Azerbaijan region, the Director General of the railway said trains had resumed from the city of Tabriz, bound for the capital Tehran and Mashhad in the northeast. The Deputy Governor in Qom Province, Khosrow Samari, said railway bridge near the city of Qom, south of Tehran, also reopened on Saturday after reconstruction work which lasted less than 40 hours. On Friday, Tasnim News Agency published a video showing a train crossing the Yahya Abad Bridge in the city of Kashan in Iran's central Isfahan province. In the capital Tehran, residents have reported that authorities have moved quickly to clear debris from site heat. And that is it on Newstrack. Stay tuned for global news at 6:30 p.m. and news update at 10 p.m. But before then, do enjoy the rest of our programs and have a very wonderful afternoon. Thanks for watching.